Welcome back, everyone. It's Mike again, and today we are hitting one of the most breathtaking coastal drives in the world, the legendary Great Ocean Road in Victoria, Australia. From stunning ocean waves to giant chocolate bars, ancient volcano history, and an unforgettable sunset at the 12 Apostles. This road trip has everything. So buckle up because this journey is going to be absolutely incredible. We started our adventure from southeastern suburbs of Melbourne and made our first stop in Geelong, where we found this peaceful little lakeside spot for breakfast. Honestly, quiet mornings like this just hit differently. Fresh air, calm water, hot coffee, and good food before a long drive. Perfect way to start the day. And after the breakfast, things got sweet very quickly. Our next stop was this amazing chocolate factory. Not only can you see how chocolate is actually made behind the scenes, but if you are a real chocolate lover, you can even join their gourmet tasting sessions. And wait till you see this 1 meter long giant chocolate bars. Seriously? These things are massive. But chocolates weren't the only surprise here. They even had chocolate beauty products like chocolate lotions and skincare items. People are shopping, tasting, and basically living their best chocolate filled lives. Tasty?
Very tasty.
Very tasty. You recommend taking it from here?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
His
Yeah.
favorite. This is pretzel.
Now, here's the thing about the Great Ocean Road. It's not just about the drive. This route is packed with fascinating history, hidden gems, and iconic landmarks. And one of the most famous stops is right here, the Split Point Lighthouse. This lighthouse looks familiar. That's because it was featured in a popular TV series. Standing here with the ocean crashing behind it feels absolutely surreal. And yes, you can actually climb the lighthouse. The entry fee is affordable and honestly, it's totally worth it. Volunteers are incredibly friendly and passionate about sharing the history of the lighthouse. Let's hear what one of them has to say.
Uh-huh.
So that was made in 1861 in England,
Right.
just outside of Birmingham. And so it's the original lens. Hello, welcome. When the lighthouse keepers lived downstairs in the two houses and they manned the lighthouse, they burnt a kerosene lamp on top of that stand. So they burnt kerosene. It was kerosene lamp. That's why you've got all these air vents running around the top of the lighthouse, because it is the cross ventilation of air. So for the first 20 years it was kerosene, and then in 1919 they changed to gas. So you can see they're examples of gas lights. So they used to be up there. When they changed to gas, it became automated. And then in 1970 they changed to electricity. So that globe is the latest. That's an LED globe. You can see in between the two black heat sinks there's that little squash thing. Now that is the most recent globe. Yeah. And that's LED, and that will last quite a long time. Yeah. So from the base to the top, everything made out of wrought iron. Hello, welcome to the lantern room. It's all been bolted. You can see the bolts, so it's been put together. Yeah. So it was everything was manufactured in England, just outside of Birmingham, and then shipped here, and they're all in pieces, like a Meccano set. Do you know what Meccano is?
Yeah.
So you see all these pieces put together, bolted together. Yeah. So Vodafone have equipment up there. Yeah. So you're going along the Great Ocean Road?
Yes.
Okay, so you'll be passing through Lawn. So when you see the coastline, and I'll point it out when you go out, I'll manage the people up.
Transmission, base station is transmitting up.
Yeah.
So, that's the one. That's the lighthouse keepers. These two.
Yes, that's right, with the tiled roofs.
Right. Okay.
And across there you can see Lawn.
Yep. Because you can, if you get exposed, you might get certain health scenarios
One interesting thing to note, there's a mobile base station located at the top of the lighthouse, which is why visitors aren't allowed into the very top section. Radiation hazard.
So the ships were coming around.
But even without that access, the views from up here are absolutely spectacular. And once you come down, don't rush off. Take your time walking around the beautiful coastal gardens and shrubs surrounding the lighthouse. Trust me, this place is perfect for memorable photos. When you walk around the lighthouse, you would come to Aries Inlet. And this place has story that goes back millions of years. What you're looking at here is evidence of volcanic activity that happened around 24 to 29 million years ago. That incredible 20-meter rock formation is called the Eagle Rock. And check out these cliffs. They are known as the layer cake because they reveal a fascinating geological timeline. At the bottom, you've got black basalt formed by the lava flows. Above that is the brown volcanic ash from the explosive eruptions. And right at the top is the limestone from the time when this entire area was underwater. Nature really is a great artist.
So this is another place to watch whales during the winter months. Good.
After visiting the lighthouse, we arrived at the Memorial Arch. This iconic attraction is undoubtedly one of the most photographed landmarks along the Great Ocean Road, and it is definitely worth stopping here to take a few photos. The arch was built in honor of 3,000 returned soldiers who worked on the construction of the road following World War I. Yes, this is a place that you must get down and take some photos. the day continued, we finally arrived at the charming coastal town of Port Campbell. Such a peaceful and beautiful place to walk around and relax. But we were here for something very special. Sunset at the 12 Apostles. Now, let me take you there. The 12 Apostles are one of Australia's most iconic natural attractions, and once you see them in person, you understand why. Towering limestone stacks rising from the southern ocean, powerful waves crashing below, the colors that change every minute as the sun begins to set. It's absolutely magical. And if you want a quieter experience, try visiting earlier in the morning or later in the evening when the crowds are smaller. But today, the crowds were there. Now, let's just pause for a moment and enjoy this incredible sunset together. After sunset, filming with my phone became really difficult. But this beautiful Nikon Z30 absolutely came to my rescue. The low light footage from this camera was seriously impressive. You can see this. And after an unforgettable day exploring the Great Ocean Road, we checked into this beautiful accommodation, 12 Apostle Beach House. Clean, spacious, comfortable, and packed with everything you need for a relaxing stay. Plus, it's within walking distance from the town centre, which makes it even better. So, if you're planning to stay at Port Campbell, we definitely recommend this place. And that brings us to the end of today's adventure. If you enjoyed this journey along the Great Ocean Road, make sure to like, share and subscribe to the channel for more travel adventures across Australia and around the globe. Until next time, this is Mike signing off from Port Campbell, and I'll see you again soon with another unforgettable journey. Bye for now.